Have you ever looked across a room, seen someone, and felt an instant connection, like a quiet, invisible pull drawing you toward them? You didn't speak, you didn't act, maybe fear got in the way, maybe you convinced yourself it wasn't the right time, but deep down you wondered, what if I could attract that person into my life, not by chance, but by intention? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can. And not just them, but the kind of relationship that elevates your confidence, your energy, your life. Years ago, I was giving a seminar in Toronto when a woman came up to me after the session. She looked successful, well-dressed, articulate, but she confided something that caught me off guard. "Brian," she said, "I can close million-dollar deals, but I can't seem to attract the kind of man I want into my life." She believed she had to settle, or wait, or hope. I sat down with her just for a few minutes, and we started shifting her thinking, because everything starts there. A year later, I received a handwritten letter from her. She had met someone, a great partner, a real connection. She said, "It's like I became the kind of person I wanted to meet." That's when it clicked. Attracting the right person isn't magic, it's mindset, and it's something we can all learn. That's exactly what this guide is about. It's not fluff, it's not guesswork, it's about giving you the tools, the understanding, and the clarity to attract a specific person, or better yet, the right person, into your life, starting with your own energy. You're going to learn how the law of attraction really works when it comes to relationships. You'll get specific strategies on visualization, emotional alignment, belief reprogramming, communication, and even how to deal with doubt and resistance. Most importantly, you'll begin seeing yourself differently, because once that happens, everything else changes. Are you ready to take control of your love life the same way you've taken control in other areas? Good. Let's begin. The law of attraction is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, and yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. Simply put, it states that like attracts like. What you think about consistently, what you emotionally invest in, and what you believe to be true, those things shape your reality. This isn't just theory, it's physics, it's psychology. It's how your mind, emotions, and behavior all align to draw people, opportunities, and circumstances into your life. Nowhere is this more evident than in the relationships we attract. In the context of attracting a specific person, the law of attraction works through the principle of vibrational alignment. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel carries a certain frequency. You're like a human broadcasting station, sending out signals all day long, consciously or unconsciously. If you're constantly thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "they'll never notice me," what you're really doing is broadcasting rejection and scarcity. And guess what comes back to you? More situations that confirm those beliefs. On the flip side, when you hold thoughts like, "I am worthy of love," and "I attract deep, meaningful connection," your energy shifts. People feel it, even if you don't say a word. This is where it gets fascinating. Human relationships are not random. They're vibrational matches. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You attract based on the internal story you're telling yourself, the emotions you dwell in, and the way you carry yourself through the world. I've seen people transform their entire relationship lives simply by adjusting their inner frequency, by becoming a match for the kind of love they desire. The law of attraction doesn't just bring you someone, it brings you the right someone once you become aligned with that version of yourself. That's why it's so critical to understand this. The energy you radiate is more powerful than anything you say. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned with love, respect, and confidence, you don't chase love, you draw it in. Before you can attract the right person into your life, you have to be crystal clear on what you truly want. This is where most people get stuck. They focus all their energy on a specific person without understanding why they want that person, or whether that individual even aligns with their deeper values. Clarity is power, and when it comes to the law of attraction, vague intentions lead to vague results. You must begin with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what do I really want in a relationship? What kind of partner would truly support my growth, my happiness, my vision of life? Take the time to dig deeper than surface-level traits like tall, attractive, or funny. Instead, think in terms of character and connection. Do you value honesty, emotional intelligence, ambition, compassion? Do you want someone who's adventurous and spontaneous, or calm and grounded? Do you want someone family-oriented, spiritually connected, intellectually curious? Get specific, not about the person's identity, but about their essence. The clearer you are, the more accurate the signal you send to the universe. And here's something important. Avoid the trap of attaching your vision to a particular individual. This is a common mistake that blocks energy and creates resistance. When you try to manifest a specific person by name, you're not co-creating with the universe, you're trying to control it, and control leads to frustration. Instead, focus on the qualities that matter most. Visualize the feeling of being with someone who possesses those traits. Imagine the connection, the support, the joy. Trust that the universe will handle the who. Your job is to define the what and the why. When you align with the energy of your ideal relationship, you naturally begin to attract people who reflect that energy. You become a vibrational match to what you desire, and life starts presenting you with possibilities you never imagined. So let go of obsession and step into intention. Set your sights on the kind of love you want, and let that vision pull the right person into your life in the right way at the right time. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you have in your arsenal when it comes to attracting a specific kind of relationship. The mind responds to imagery almost as powerfully as it does to real-life experience. This means that when you vividly imagine yourself already enjoying the connection you desire, you are sending a clear message to the universe, and more importantly, to your subconscious, that this experience is not only possible, but already unfolding. Start by creating a mental movie in your mind. Picture a scene where you and this ideal partner are together, laughing, talking, walking hand in hand, sharing a meal, supporting each other through life's moments. Let that scene play out with as much detail as you can imagine. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the environment. Are you by the beach? In a cozy living room? Out for a coffee in a bustling city? Make it real in your mind's eye. The more vivid the mental image, the more powerful the impact. But here's the key. Don't just see it, feel it. Feel the joy, the connection, the warmth. Feel the way your body responds when you're with someone who truly sees and values you. Let that energy flood your system. Emotion is the fuel of manifestation. It's the emotional charge behind the image that creates the vibration necessary to attract what you want. When you generate that emotion internally, you start vibrating at the frequency of love, connection, and fulfillment. And that's what the universe responds to. Now, consistency is everything. Visualization is not something you do once and forget. It's a practice, a ritual. Set aside just 5 to 10 minutes each day to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and run this mental movie in your mind. Make it a part of your morning routine, or do it before you fall asleep. The more often you step into that imagined reality, the more you condition your mind and body to align with it. And eventually, what began in your imagination begins to show up in your life. First in small ways, then in big, undeniable ones. Remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between a real and vividly imagined experience. So give it a reason to believe that your ideal relationship is already yours. See it, feel it, and most of all, believe it. That belief will pull it into your reality. One of the most overlooked secrets in the process of attraction is this: your actions must align with your intentions. You cannot simply visualize love and then act in contradiction to it. The universe responds most powerfully when your inner world, your desires, beliefs, and expectations is in harmony with your outer world, your habits, your behavior, your lifestyle. If you want to attract a kind, confident, growth-oriented partner, you must first become the kind of person that such an individual would naturally be drawn to. Start by looking within. What qualities are you looking for in a partner? Are you seeking someone who is emotionally intelligent, healthy, financially stable, optimistic, or spiritually aware? Whatever it may be, ask yourself honestly, am I practicing those qualities myself? If the answer is no, that's not a reason for shame. It's a golden opportunity for growth. When you shift your focus toward personal development, you begin to embody the very energy you want to attract. Like attracts like. Make it a priority to cultivate those traits in your daily life. Read books, take courses, or join groups that support your personal and emotional development. Invest in your mental and physical health. Build confidence not by waiting to be loved, but by loving and respecting yourself first. The more you grow, the more magnetic you become. People are not attracted just to beauty or charm. They are drawn to energy. And the energy of a person committed to growth is irresistible. Next, take a look at your habits and lifestyle. Are they aligned with the kind of relationship you want to create? If you want someone stable and committed, but you're living in chaos or keeping inconsistent routines, there's a mismatch. Start making choices that reflect the relationship you desire. Create structure, keep your word, treat yourself with the kind of care and love you would expect from a partner. That's how you raise your vibration and signal to the universe that you're ready. Finally, put yourself in environments where alignment is likely to happen. You can't meet the right people if you keep showing up in the wrong places. Expand your social circles by engaging in activities that reflect your interests and values. Join a mastermind group, attend a wellness retreat, take a class in something you're passionate about. Not only will you grow as a person, but you'll also surround yourself with others who are on a similar path. Alignment is not about perfection. It's about intention and motion. When your actions match your inner vision, the path becomes clear, and the people you are meant to meet start showing up in the most unexpected yet perfect ways. Keep moving in the direction of your desire and trust that the right energy and the right person will meet you there. Before you can attract the right person into your life, you have to clear the path. And most of the time, that path is blocked not by external obstacles, but by internal limitations, old beliefs, doubts, and fears that quietly sabotage your desires. These are what we call limiting beliefs. They whisper things like, I'm not attractive enough, I always get rejected, or I'm just not the type of person people fall in love with. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. But here's the good news. Beliefs can be rewritten. And when they are, everything changes. Start by identifying the negative thoughts you've been carrying. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself about love and relationships. Do you catch yourself thinking you're not good enough, or that love is scarce, or that all the good ones are taken? Those thoughts aren't facts, they're programs. And they've probably been running on autopilot since childhood, shaped by past experiences, cultural influences, or inherited from the people around you. But just because they've been there a long time doesn't mean they're true, and it certainly doesn't mean they have to stay. The next step is to reframe those beliefs into something empowering. For every limiting thought, create a new affirmation that reflects the reality you want to step into. I'm not lovable becomes, I am worthy of deep, lasting love. I always get rejected becomes, every interaction brings me closer to the right connection. This isn't about pretending, this is about programming. Just like a computer, your subconscious mind operates based on the input you give it. If you feed it new instructions consistently, it will start to create a new reality. But words alone aren't enough. You have to believe them. That's where building self-confidence comes in. Confidence doesn't come from waiting to be chosen. It comes from choosing yourself over and over again. And it's about showing up for your life with intention and pride. Begin by celebrating small wins. Set goals and follow through. Speak kindly to yourself. Surround yourself with people who uplift and reflect your growth. Learn to trust your instincts and honor your voice. Every time you act in alignment with your worth, your confidence grows. You attract not what you want, but what you believe you deserve. So if you want to attract love, start by believing you are lovable. If you want to feel seen, start by seeing yourself clearly and valuing who you are. The beliefs you hold about yourself are the ceiling on your potential. But once you break through them, you'll discover that love isn't something you chase. It's something you naturally draw into your life, simply by being your most authentic and empowered self. One of the greatest challenges in the process of attracting a specific person is learning to trust the timing of your life. In a world where everything is instant, messages, purchases, gratification, it can feel counterintuitive to slow down and surrender to the pace of the universe. But make no mistake, the law of attraction works in perfect time. It is always responding, always arranging, always guiding. What looks like a delay is often divine preparation. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up the next day and wonder why it hasn't bloomed. You water it, you nurture it, you trust that something beautiful is happening beneath the surface, even when you can't see it yet. Desperation, however, is like overwatering the soil. It drowns the roots before they've had a chance to grow. When we cling tightly to one outcome, one person, or one path, we create energetic resistance. We send out a vibration of lack, of fear, of not having, and the universe matches that frequency. That's why detachment is so powerful. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care without needing. You hold the desire clearly in your heart, but you release the pressure of how and when it must arrive. Start noticing when your thoughts become obsessive or your emotions begin to spiral. Are you constantly checking your phone, rereading old messages, replaying interactions in your mind? These are signs of overattachment. The solution isn't to suppress your feelings, it's to redirect your focus. Pour your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Invest in your passions, strengthen your relationships, embrace the present moment. The more you build a fulfilling life, the more magnetic you become, and the less you rely on one person to complete your sense of self. Finally, stay open to the possibility that what's coming may be even better than what you imagined. Sometimes we fixate so intensely on one specific person or outcome that we block the arrival of something far more aligned with who we are becoming. Trust that the universe knows your heart. It hears every whisper, feels every intention, and responds to your energy, not your desperation. Stay in a state of faith, not force. Patience isn't passive, it's powerful. It's the space where miracles unfold. And when you truly let go, that's when what you desire often comes rushing in. Not because you chased it, but because you finally made space for it to arrive. Effective communication is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to attracting and building meaningful relationships. Whether it's with a specific person or anyone you encounter in life, the ability to communicate with clarity, presence, and authenticity will set you apart in a world where most people are simply waiting for their turn to speak. Let's start with listening, not just hearing, but active listening. When you truly listen, you're not just processing words, you're reading energy, tone, emotion. You're showing the other person that they matter, that what they say holds weight. Most people are used to being talked over, misunderstood, or half heard. When you listen intently, without judgment, or the urge to fix or respond immediately, you create a rare space of connection, and that space is magnetic. But communication is not just about receiving, it's also about expressing authentically. There's incredible power in being real. You don't need to impress someone with the perfect words or polished image. You need to show them who you really are. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's a strength that draws people in. When you speak from the heart, when you express your thoughts, your values, and even your fears with honesty, you allow others to do the same. Authenticity creates trust, and trust creates attraction. If you're constantly editing yourself to be who you think someone wants, you're attracting them to a version of you that doesn't exist. Real love, real connection, only happens when both people can be themselves fully and freely. And then there's the unspoken conversation, your body language, your posture, your facial expressions, your eye contact. All of these communicate more than your words ever could. Are you leaning in with interest or crossing your arms in defense? Are you smiling with warmth or looking distracted and closed off? Subtle cues like maintaining soft but steady eye contact, facing the person with open posture, and mirroring their tone or gestures can create instant rapport. But remember, authenticity applies here too. Don't force it. Your energy should align with your body. When you feel confident, relaxed, and present, your body naturally projects openness and connection. Improving your communication skills isn't about manipulation or tactics. It's about becoming more present, more genuine, and more attuned to the people around you. When you combine deep listening with honest expression and aligned body language, you don't just speak well, you connect deeply. And that connection, that's what turns ordinary conversations into magnetic moments, and ordinary meetings into extraordinary relationships. Affirmations are one of the most powerful tools you have for reprogramming your subconscious mind and aligning your energy with the kind of relationship you truly desire. You see, every thought you think is an affirmation. Every internal sentence, whether positive or negative, is reinforcing something about your belief system. And your belief system is the invisible blueprint that shapes your reality. So if you want to attract a specific person or the ideal partner who embodies everything you're seeking, you must begin by speaking to yourself as though it's already done. That's the power of affirmations. Crafting effective affirmations starts with clarity and emotion. Your statements should be written in the present tense as though what you desire is already true. For example, I am deeply loved by someone who values, respects, and cherishes me. Or, I am in a loving, committed relationship that brings me joy and growth. You're not saying, I hope to be, or someday I'll be. You're declaring what is, energetically aligning yourself with that truth, even before it materializes in the physical world. Affirmations are not wishful thinking. They're intentional commands that train your subconscious to seek, attract, and accept the reality you desire. But affirmations only work if you work them. That means daily practice. You must embed these statements into your routine the way you brush your teeth or check your messages. Say them out loud each morning and evening. Write them in your journal. Repeat them while walking, driving, or even before a big meeting. Let them become the soundtrack of your inner world. The repetition not only shifts your mindset, but raises your vibration. and a raised vibration attracts higher quality people, experiences, and outcomes into your life. And here's something that amplifies affirmations like nothing else. Gratitude. Gratitude is a multiplier. When you express sincere appreciation for what you already have, even if it's small, you send a signal to the universe that you're aligned with abundance. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already working, and in doing so, it creates space for more to flow in. Start or end your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for, especially related to love, connection, or personal growth. Gratitude, when paired with affirmations, becomes a magnetic force. It rewires your brain, realigns your energy, and prepares you to receive the very person your heart desires. Opportunities are all around you every single day. But the question is, are you paying attention? One of the most important skills you can develop when working with the law of attraction, especially in attracting a specific person or relationship, is heightened awareness. That means becoming mindful, present, and open to the subtle signs, signals, and synchronicities the universe places in your path. These signs could be a repeated name you keep hearing, a song that carries a deep emotional connection, a random conversation that reminds you of your desire, or even a gut feeling urging you to go somewhere or speak to someone. When you train yourself to observe without judgment and stay in tune with your inner guidance, you start to recognize that the universe is constantly guiding you toward your desire. But recognition is only the first part. The second and equally critical step is taking action. And this is where most people hesitate. When an opportunity presents itself, whether it's a moment to introduce yourself, start a conversation, send a message, or simply smile at someone you're drawn to, you must take initiative. The law of attraction is not about sitting and waiting. It's about co-creation. Yes, you align your energy. Yes, you visualize. But when the moment arises, you must step forward with confidence and clarity. Making the first move is not about chasing or desperation. It's about honoring the moment you asked for and stepping into your power. And make no mistake, this requires vulnerability. It means being willing to stretch beyond your comfort zone, to risk rejection or awkwardness for the sake of genuine connection. But let me ask you, what's the alternative? Staying stuck in hesitation, forever wondering, what if? Real love, real connection requires courage. It requires you to show up authentically, to say yes when your heart nudges you forward, even when your mind is full of doubt. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's a superpower. It's the bridge between who you are now and the relationship you truly desire. So open your heart, open your eyes, and when the universe whispers, go, you go. That one moment of courage could be the turning point of your entire life. One of the most powerful acts of self-love in the journey of attracting a specific person is the ability to maintain healthy boundaries. Far too often, in the pursuit of love or deep connection, individuals sacrifice their values, compromise their self-worth, or ignore their inner voice, all in the name of keeping someone in their life. But here's what I want you to remember. What you allow is what will continue. If you want to attract a loving, respectful, and meaningful relationship, it must start with honoring yourself first. Self-respect is not about being rigid or unapproachable. It's about being clear on your values, your needs, and your non-negotiables. It means you understand what you deserve, and you're not afraid to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't align with that. When you truly respect yourself, you send out a signal to the universe and to others that says, I am worthy of the best, and you will naturally repel the situations that are beneath your standard. Boundaries are not barriers. They are the guidelines that protect your energy and preserve your peace. Equally important is mutual respect. The kind of relationship you want to attract should be based on reciprocity. That means both people are seen, heard, and valued. It's not one person giving everything while the other takes. It's a balanced dance of support, trust, and open communication. You're not chasing anyone. You're not begging to be chosen. You are choosing each other from a place of strength, not scarcity. And if that balance ever starts to tilt, you have every right and responsibility to reassess. Now let's talk about red flags. Because sometimes, in the heat of attraction or the thrill of emotional connection, it's easy to overlook the warning signs. Maybe it's inconsistent behavior. Maybe it's emotional manipulation. Maybe it's subtle disrespect masked as jokes. Listen, your intuition knows, and it will always whisper the truth before it starts to scream. The key is, believe it the first time. Don't rationalize toxic patterns. Don't silence your instincts just to hold on to potential. You're not here to settle, you're here to align. And healthy boundaries will ensure that you don't just attract a relationship, you attract the right relationship, one that honors your worth, mirrors your love, and builds you up, not breaks you down. One of the most overlooked but critical steps in the journey of attracting the right person is evaluating your progress. It's not just about setting intentions or visualizing outcomes. It's also about looking in the mirror and asking, how am I growing? What is shifting? What still needs to evolve in me? The truth is, manifestation is not a one-time event. It's a process. And self-awareness is your greatest compass in that process. Take time regularly to pause and reflect. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this. Ask yourself, am I showing up as the person I want to be in a relationship? Am I aligned with the qualities I say I want in someone else? What habits, beliefs, or patterns are still holding me back? These aren't questions of judgment. They're questions of empowerment. The more honest you are with yourself, the faster your transformation will accelerate. Remember, the law of attraction doesn't bring you what you want. It brings you what you are. It also helps to seek feedback from people you trust. Sometimes those closest to us can see things we can't. Maybe you're repeating a pattern you thought you left behind. Maybe you're giving your energy to someone who doesn't value it. Or maybe you're playing it too safe, afraid to open up again. A mentor, coach, or honest friend can provide that clarity. They're not here to criticize. They're here to hold a mirror so you can see yourself more clearly and rise even higher. And perhaps most important of all, stay flexible. Life isn't linear, and neither is attraction. You might meet someone who doesn't fit the mold you originally envisioned, but they embody everything your soul craves. Or you might realize that what you thought you wanted no longer aligns with who you're becoming. Be willing to adjust. Be willing to evolve your approach as you evolve yourself. Stubbornness is not strength. Adaptability is. The universe responds to clarity, but it also rewards openness. You're not locked into a single path. You're invited to dance with possibility. And when you trust the process while continuously evaluating and adjusting with grace, you don't just attract someone into your life, you attract the right person at the right time for the right reason. If you followed along this far, then I want to congratulate you, because you've already taken the most important step, intentionality. You've made the decision to attract not just any person, but the right person, someone who aligns with your values, your energy, and your future vision. That is powerful. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered so it becomes crystal clear in your mind. We began by exploring the law of attraction and how it functions through energy, vibration, and alignment. We then walked through the importance of clarifying your intentions, focusing not on a specific individual, but on the qualities and emotional resonance that reflect your ideal relationship. You learned the art of visualization and emotional engagement to reinforce your desires, and how to align your actions with your intentions through personal growth, lifestyle changes, and expanding your circles. We dove into identifying and overcoming limiting beliefs that block your receiving energy, practiced patience and detachment to release resistance, and strengthened your communication skills to build more authentic, magnetic connections. You were guided through affirmations and positive thinking, recognizing divine opportunities, maintaining healthy boundaries, and finally, reflecting on your progress and refining your approach with grace and self-awareness. Now here's your encouragement. Don't just read this, live it. The person you desire is not just out there waiting for you. They are being drawn to you as you grow, evolve, and show up with authenticity and confidence. This is not magic. It's a mindset. It's energy. It's consistent, aligned action. You already have the power to create a meaningful relationship, not because of luck or chance, but because you are deliberately becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts what they truly desire. So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Manifestation is not about chasing. It's about becoming. When your belief aligns with your energy, when your actions reflect your intentions, when your thoughts are in harmony with your heart, the universe responds. Believe it, live it, and watch your world change. The love you seek is already on its way. All you have to do now is be ready to receive it.